What is up everyone, Sam the Ashen here, and today we're doing a brief review of the early access game Deathly Stillness. It's important to note that this game is not finished and it doesn't pretend to be. In fact, it describes itself as a sort of demo or tutorial of things to come. A later release date for the full game has yet to be announced, but it says it should be on the way soon. A big draw is that the game is free, so you really don't have anything to lose by trying it. And it doesn't have a lot of the downfalls that a lot of free-to-play games have, like loot boxes or microtransactions, but the game is unfinished, so that is to be determined. I would personally rather they charge a flat price for the game rather than add a bunch of loot boxes and pay-to-win mechanics, which would kind of ruin the game. The development actually has kind of an interesting backstory. You can read more about it yourself if you'd like, but the gist of it is a college project contest for a game. This is the product of that, and it was good enough that they decided to pursue a real game out of it. But if you want to learn more, I'm sure it's on Google somewhere. So with that said, let's get to the first impressions. The game looks really good. The environment looks pretty beautiful, especially considering it's a very small development team and it's probably got big updates to come if everything goes as planned. The movement feels good and smooth without being floaty or stiff and inaccurate. So the big question is though, how is the gunplay? The shooting is fantastic. It feels accurate, satisfying, dynamic. The bullets go where they feel like they should go, and it really feels good to get a headshot, especially when a zombie's running at you at 20 miles an hour. So yeah, I'm really happy with the gunplay right now, as it is, so I can only imagine that if anything changes, the gunplay will only get better. This is obviously crucial for a game centered around shooting zombies, and they really nail it, and I'll assume it will get much better upon full release. The main downside of the whole game is that the game is basically a demo and extremely short, leaving a whole lot to be desired, but this is kind of inferred in the description of the game. So, best case scenario, it's a very promising taste of what's to come, and I personally think that this game has a lot of potential. Now, I would like to see the game go more in the direction of a open world survival game. Although, from what I've seen here, it almost feels like they're going to do a sort of missions, kind of like in Neo 2, if you've ever played that. It's not quite open world, it's more of like segments. And with the 3 levels that they have, that's what it feels like they're going to do. Instead of being open world, it's going to have levels. You go into the level, complete the objective, go back to a hub or something, and go back out to the next level. Something like Outriders does something similar. I would like that, but I would much rather it be open world, survival, some good survival mechanics, because it just fits so well with the theme of zombie shooting. And, you know, so far you're just gathering ammo, but if there was like food and water mechanic, bandages, gun upgrades, guns in general, melee weapons, there's a whole lot of potential. And I could see how this might be a turnoff for some people considering DayZ, but they could go in the direction of a single player game. There's not many games like this that are single player. The only one that I can think of off the top of my head is something like Days Gone. And don't get me wrong, Days Gone is a great game, but it's kind of outdated by this point. It's almost like 4 years old. And it's a different game. It's got light survival elements, but it's definitely mostly story driven. And this could be a great survival driven game. Something like DayZ, I guess, but single player. I know I've heard a lot of people say they want single player DayZ, and it doesn't really exist unless you have your own server. And, you know, if you're on console, good luck with that. So, I don't know, this game has got a lot of potential. Even if it went the other way, I think it'd still be a great game. So the final verdict is, this game, I'm not going to give it a score because it's unfinished, but I will highly recommend it as is right now to anyone who likes zombie games or shooting games because it's free. It doesn't take any investment as far as time or build up, because you literally boot up the game, design your character if you want to, pick your gun, get straight into the action. So there's no big time investment. You just play, get a feel for it, feel it out, and see how you like it. So there's really no reason not to try this game. Alright guys, that's it for today. At the end of the day, you know, it's up to you. If it were me, I would say it's best to go ahead and get an impression in for the game to see if you'll like it when full release comes around. You already have an idea in your head whether you want to play something like this, and it doesn't really do it justice in the videos for how good the shooting feels, so I would say it's worth it to give it a try. It's free, you don't have anything to lose, you might as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, a like and subscribe helps out tremendously. I'm a small channel, so any support is greatly appreciated. Let me know down in the comments if you've played the game, and let me know your thoughts on it. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.